Welcome everybody, new and old, not literally, okay? My name is Debbie Barnett, and tonight is Wednesday night skill building, my favorite day of the week, literally. And I do have to say, if I sound a little sluggish tonight, it's because I'm kind of feeling a little just off color today. I don't know what's going on, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, just in case it seems like, you say, Debbie doesn't seem quite right tonight. Well, I figured I'd let you know up front. Tonight is all about helping you build your Mahjong skills. And I really, really feel passionate about, as I said just a little bit ago, about everybody playing by the National Mahjong League rules. Things have started to get a little wonky out there in the Mahjong world. We have the biggest influx of Mahjong players, new players coming on scene, new people teaching the game. And I got to tell you, what I'm seeing locally is somewhat upsetting to me, sometimes even disturbing to me, because the rules are the rules and people are making up rules or teaching things because they think, oh, well, I'm going to do it this way because it may be a little bit easier for someone to understand. But in all honesty, we want to preserve the integrity of this great game. The reason the rules are in place is because when the game first came to the United States, there were no standardized rules. People were playing all different ways, making up their own rules. And the National Mahjong League was formed based on a huge number of people voting to have the rules standardized. What we don't want to do is change those rules of the game. We can add fun table rules or house rules. That is not a problem at all, as long as those table or house rules do not change the integrity of the game. So what do I mean by that? Add a rule that spices the game up, that maybe makes it more challenging.
What can I
but
get?
Don't add something that makes the game easier, like adding in blank tiles or super jokers, or I don't even know half of the things that go on out there. But I'm just saying, I know that everybody that comes in and watches tonight are watching because they are wanting to play and learn and strengthen their game using the National Mahjong League Mahjong League rules. So I am going to do my very best to slow it up a bit when I explain something so that you understand it. There was a great post when underneath that post that I did about tonight, having to do with fresh tiles. When I get to that point and we talk about prioritizing discards and what my fresh tile strategy is, I will explain it in detail. And just know that what I teach is what I teach. It's what I've learned and acquired over many years of playing the game with proven situations that have created the strategies that I use today. So it's not something that I just make up. It's something that has happened over and over and over again in a game. And I'm like, that is exactly why we do this or why we don't do that. I do ask for your help during the night. I like to make it interactive. Sometimes I ask for a vote. Which way should I go? And I love to get your feedback on that. I usually go with the majority rules. Sometimes you don't say a thing, you're really quiet, and I have to make the decision myself, which of course is more than fine. But I do like to make you guys be part of the evening. I'm going to head over to I Love Maj right now. We are now at the I Love Maj game launchpad, which is where I play my live streams. Just to briefly talk about the platform, it's phenomenal. The exercise room is second to none when it comes to learning the card. Come in, try out the exercises. If you need any help navigating the site, you can reach out to me. I am an affiliate of theirs because I just think this site is just amazing. And over time, Julie and Philippe and Randy and I have become really great friends. They're just fabulous people who really care about the Mahjong community and what they deliver. So if you want to try this out, make sure that when you do, you put in my initials DB, uppercase DB. So you get an extra week to try it out for free. Instead of 2 weeks, you'll get 3 weeks. Just come in and play around with it. Again, if you're confused, they have tutorials on their site. I have them on my YouTube channel, MahjCon, MAHJ, short for Mahjong, and then Con, short for conference. MahjCon, like Comic-Con, Dragon Con. And so, you can reach out to me, like I said, and you can email me at any time to get help. Easiest email is probably mahjongteacher1@gmail.com. That's 1G in Mahjong. And I'm more than happy to help you guys. This site also has Siamese Mahjong. So if you love the game Siamese, you now can come in and play Siamese on I Love Maj. They are the only site that has the official Siamese Mahjong game with the official rules. So try that out. Tonight we play with bots. Well, let's just say I play against the bots with your help, okay? And I walk through all of the, from arranging the tiles in the beginning to what we pick in the Charleston, to keeping track of categories and then hands, and then finally honing in on one particular hand. Just remember with Mahjong, flexibility is key. If you learned to keep track of only one hand and pick one hand from the beginning, it's very challenging to change a habit once you've formed it. My belief is learn the right way in the beginning, even if it takes a little bit more time to learn it the right way, and then you're never going to have to worry about changing that. We need to be open and flexible. We need to keep an eye on more than one thing. Yes, it's challenging. I can keep track of 5 things. You may only be able to keep track of 2. As long as it's more than one thing, that's great. Now, with that said, you may have one amazing hand with the tiles that you picked in. Yeah, there's times where people have a heavenly hand. That means Mahjong, once they've gotten their tiles in, only East can have a heavenly hand because they have 14 tiles. But sometimes players have Mahjong after the Charleston. That's an earthly hand. So yeah, those things happen, but it's rare. So if you're not the lucky one to have those amazing tiles that point to one thing, keep yourself open and flexible to playing more than one thing. The card is your oyster, so to speak. It is filled with amazing, over 1,000 hand variations this year, and just a lot of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying the card as much as I am. All right, I'm going to be playing an official game. That means all of my stats are recorded up here. My game stats, good, bad, or indifferent, I have them all recorded. If you're new, play just for fun, and then you won't have anything recorded. And once you're ready to start having them keep track of things, go to the official game. It's really cool because it also shows you what hands you've made. So keeps record of all of that. Good stuff. All right, let us start. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to say no to live games. By the way, for anybody who is watching from YouTube, if you know anybody who can benefit from this, please let them know that all of my live streams are uploaded. Takes a couple of days, sometimes a little longer to get it up there on YouTube, but they're all put up there after I edit it. And so share this with your friends as well, please. All right, level 2 bot. This was also on the previous screen. You can pick beginner, intermediate, or advanced level. Yes, they have intelligence built in. Level 1, I don't advise you to play unless you really want to win a lot of games because you're playing against a bot that is making moves that a player otherwise wouldn't make if they took in-person games from me or another instructor. So if you want to get some mahjongs in and under your belt, that's a good way to start. But I'd go to level 2. Not much difference between 2 and 3. The differences don't affect us tonight while we're playing and I'm teaching. So just know that. The timer I'm going to turn off for tonight. This helps you gauge how long it takes you to make a decision on a discard. In the online world, the discards pop up on the table and it says, do you want to call? It's a little different. You have to get used to it because it could be a little confusing, but that's what that means. That means a tile was discarded and it's asking you if you want to call the tile. In real life, we have to look at the table and be watching at all times and listening because it is a game of looking and listening, not one or the other, but both. When I teach, I keep that off because I don't want to have to think about a timer, even though there is a pause button that you can use to give you as much time as you want. Make sure if you're new, come in, make sure the 2026 card is checked, and let's get going. I don't know if I did that any quicker, but when I listen back to when I'm editing, I take out all of this stuff in the very beginning. And sometimes I'm thinking, oh my God, how can we cut this down and make it quicker and shorter? Ooh, okay, so let's have some fun here tonight, which we always do. Absolutely. Remember, chat is where you're going to ask questions. I sort by suit. That's the way I've always done it from day one. So I continue to sort by suit. I just like the way it looks in the beginning to have all the suits lined up. And what do I concentrate on? For those of you who are here every week, I look to see if I have any multiples. That's going to be a strength to start with. And when I say multiples, I don't mean 2 7s. That's multiples of a number. But in Mahjong, the majority of the hands on the card are broken down into groupings, pungs and kongs and quints. And this year we have our sextets, our 2 hands with our flower sextets. So this is what I mean right here. And I usually put my winds and dragons to the right just to begin with. They don't always stay there. But I have 2 7s, 2 like numbers, 2 7 bams. That is a strength to start with. And I know the categories. I don't expect you to memorize the card, but yes, I expect you to memorize the categories so that you can picture them in your head without even having to look at every category. Just know 2026, 2468, any like numbers, quints, consecutive run 13579, winds and dragons 369, and singles and pairs. Please, just that at the least you should be able to do. So when I think of 7s, I know the only place that they would work on the left side of the card are any like numbers. And I do have these other 2 7s. Perfect. Now, I do want to make one mention of something. I do love hand suggestions from you guys as well, but don't post hand suggestions until I'm done going over what I'm looking at, please, throughout the entire time. That's very important because I watch, and I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, but every time something comes in, my eye goes to that screen. So just give me a chance and then feel free to say, what about this? Oh, I love it when you chime in. Trust me. Okay, so then we can, move on to the middle panel. I don't have a lot of jokers, so I wouldn't think about quints. That doesn't mean that can't change if I just start picking a ton of jokers. So right away, it could be line 1 of quints if I do get jokers, but I'm not worried too much about it right now. Consecutive run, I like most of the time, I like to circle back to it. So I'm going to move forward to the 13579 category first. And I see we've got all of those numbers right there. in 13579. That's a lot of them. And also, it just so happens I don't have sixes for 369, but I have the 3 and the 9. Not strong by any means, but sometimes we can keep track of 369 and 13579, depending on how many 3s and 9s we have. Right now, it's not that very strong. So what I'm looking at so far, any like numbers category and 13579. Now I could go and look at the consecutive now, circle back there. I don't have winds and dragons aren't anything for me to write home about right now, but for consecutive, the only thing that I would ever even consider keeping at this point would be the 8. Why would I maybe consider keeping the 8? Because it is in the consecutive number within 2 or 3 numbers before or after the numbers we're focusing on. So what do I mean by that? I'm looking at 7s. If I were going to be looking at runs, I would want to look at maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, those ranges, 5 numbers that go from one end to another end, or as much as you can keep within a range, with the 7s being the focal point. In this case, we have the 8, which could possibly benefit us. And so if I want to keep that 8, just because it kind of looks like there could be a benefit. I see 6, 7, bam, and 8, 9, crack, which is our pung, pung, kong, kong consecutive run, line number 4, the hand on number 4. So, or hand number 4. So that one is something I see could be a potential. And if that's the case, is there something in the 13579 that maybe isn't as important for me to keep? I have 2 1s. If I were to go with a mixed suit 13579, I don't really need more than 1 up front. And since I already have a 1 and 3, and we would need a 1 and 3 in at least a 1 and 3 in the same suit, that makes sense to me. So I think for this, I would end up doing this. Now, if you didn't see this, that's fine. We're never going to see exactly the same things. But what I'm hoping to do is just broaden your horizon. Jane, welcome. Jane is new here tonight, playing since January, and she loves it. Oh, it's an addicting game. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do this, and we've got, again, categories that we're collecting right now. I'm not picking a hand by any means at this very moment. I'm relaxed. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm got some direction going on. All right, so now we did get an 8 in, and of course I had kept that other 8. Now I have to think about it. Do I want to do that? Do I not? I also got, keep the 8 or not. I got the South. Well, gee, maybe the South might be something I want to keep and see if I get any more North and South for the Winds and Dragons hand, which I like because you can keep track of that while you keep track of any like numbers. They are very good hands to work at the same time, or be able to pivot from one to the other. So I know I'm going to get rid of this East, that's for sure. And let me just see. Okay, so I have to really make some decisions here. Let me see what I might want to do. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I do see the potential of our floating pair hand, line 4, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If that were the case, the 7 would need to be my pair for that hand. But I might want to keep that. It looks nice. Yeah, I might want to keep it. Now, I can't keep everything, so I'm going to have to break down and figure out what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to end up going with and sticking with the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category in its entirety, along with any like numbers and maybe the north and south hand. So I guess I'll do, let's see, I'm going to break this up, even though the 9, this is a really pretty pass. You know, I'm more concerned, for those of you who are here every week, I'm more concerned about what I'm keeping and collecting and building than I am about worrying about every pass that I give to somebody. But this is a really nice pass. This is a whole hand. Sometimes I do give a whole hand, but I'm going to see if I can break it up and make it a little more benign than this. Yeah. And so if I were to think about, well, do I need to keep the 9 right now? I'd like to, but the 9 crack, not sure if I have to. I would pick the 9 crack over the 9 bam, thinking of my pung pung kong kong, line number 2B, B being the right side of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, if I got 5s. So I would keep that there. So I think I'm going to try it out and do this and break this up a little bit. It just feels better to me. And it's not like I desperately need the 9 crack at this very moment. So let's try this out. All right, now I got another 9 bam. So that does strengthen a possible 5, 7, 7, 9 hand. Make believe that's the 5 dot right now. That's a possibility. And let's see what I've got. Another north and south. Of course, I'm going to always have these wonderful challenges tonight, which, by the way, if you're able to do this method that I do with forming your tiles and collecting categories and keeping an eye on a lot of things, you're going to be presented with these challenges. When you pick one thing from the beginning, you don't have any challenge because you don't see anything else. And you just put yourself into one little box and hope that the hand comes in. But when you have this going on, it's more of a challenge. So I could either keep the north and south or maybe forget the north and south, or I could do a blind pass. Either one. So this is a challenge. The floating pair hand is definitely a nice hand, but it is a challenging hand because you've got those. I would have to have that 7 would have to become the pair. I'm almost thinking of doing this. If anybody wants to give me a vote on this, I'm more than happy to take it, but you have to do it really quickly. I'm thinking of doing something like this, keeping my north and south and the 7s and possibly 5, 7, 7, 9. Any like numbers? We got some really good options here. And let's see what we have here. I got yes for this choice. Okay, good. So I got 2 votes. And yes, everybody's saying yes. Good. All right. So we're keeping all this. I'm going to break this up now. Evie said, what hand am I looking at? Oh, I'm really not looking at a hand yet, Evie. And as I said earlier, unless you were dealt amazing tiles that point to one hand, you're keeping an eye on different categories. Right now, I'm looking at the category any like numbers right here. I potentially can be doing north and south, which would be a hand under Winds and Dragons, but I'm not just looking at that. Or maybe I'll get some 5 dots and I can have a nice 5779, 13579 line 2 happening. But there's a lot going on. Blind pass, but keep the 3 dot. I mean, I could do that. I really like to maximize what I get in. And then somebody said, why not do the 3 instead of the 1? I don't see the benefit of one over the other. I think either one would be pretty equally the same as far as what I'm passing to an opponent. So, but anyway, I'm going to do all 3. Okay, I did not get much in, but I just got in an 8. And I saw right away that I have now a run as well. Flower 7, 8, 9. And that's consecutive run, which I wasn't even considering in the beginning. So that is line number, what hand is that on? That's all the way down. Second from the bottom on the left side. Well, of course, I'm going to continue here. And why am I going to continue? Because I have 3 tiles to pass and not just one good hand. I played in a little beginner tournament this past weekend. There were a group of girls that, I don't know if that's how they learned or they decided on their own. They do not do a second Charleston. If you are one of those, please consider changing how you play. The second Charleston is so important. You get to look at up to 12 more tiles. Please, please, please do not stop. So I'm going to continue here.
Second Charleston.
And I now am going to do this. I still have some hopes of getting a north or south. And I didn't. And I just say goodbye. Gee, not much here either. And I gave that 9 away early on. I don't think there's a reason. 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. I mean, that's a hand right there. No, it's not. No, it's 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. So that's not it. That's a different year. I don't think I need it. So I am going to go ahead and just get rid of it. 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need it. So I'm going to do that.
Courtesy pass.
I got the 3 back, but look at what came back. If I stopped the Charleston or I didn't do a second Charleston, I would not have seen that north, right? So now I get to do just 2 tiles, which is wonderful. And here we go. So now let's go over what are the things I'm keeping an eye on. I'm definitely keeping an eye on any like numbers with or without these wins. Any like numbers could be any of the 3 hands under any like numbers. And I know the hand number 1 has that sextet of flowers, but you never know. The other day it was my flower night. I kept getting them and getting them and getting them, and I wasn't even playing a sextet hand. So maybe I'll get a lot. Who knows? Okay, that's one thing. North and south, winds and dragons with the odd numbers, line 3. It's potential. I got all that going on there with those. Of course, I only need 2 sevens, 2 suits, but keeping them all gives me more flexibility. And also 7, 8, 9, and maybe even 6.7.8.9. I think that's less of a possibility or less probable at this point. So hopefully I gave you all the different things that we're keeping an eye on. Prioritizing discards. I always get rid of the tiles that came back to me at the end of the Charleston. Or something that I had in my hand the entire Charleston that I decided now I wasn't going to be using. All right, so this is one of the questions that was asked. Why in the world would I not hold these tiles? Because it is obvious. Consecutive run, line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. If we get dragons in, we'll see all that good stuff. You are absolutely right. We will keep an eye on all that. But right now, we don't have those at the moment, but you never know what will happen. Why do I not keep this one and the one? Well, I have to discard anyway because I'm East, but why would I not hold on to them even if I wasn't East? Because they're very often during the Charleston, players break up something that they didn't want to break up, but they had to on a second left or in a cross, must across, and they're hoping that they get it back. By getting that tile out early, they have to either ignore it because they're not ready to call it, or maybe they're forced to call it because they gave up one of their pungs or kongs, and they're nervous, and we kind of pressure them into calling it, and they call it. This has been a proven thing many, many times over when I'm playing. That's why I decided that those tiles were important to get out first rather than holding them. When you hold tiles that somebody else potentially could need, that means you're letting them get set up with their hand more. And if you hold a tile because you're afraid based on what they have exposed, you're sabotaging your ability to make your hand. Because while you're building your hand, the tile that you're hanging on to gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And so we always get out the freshest tiles on the table as early as possible. And then there's plenty of time to double up on what's discarded and even triple up. And I think somebody said it doesn't connect. Which doesn't connect, Dorothy? You got to give me a little more information than that. I'm going to go ahead and start discarding right now.
West. So.
And of course, in the beginning, I don't have to worry too much about what's going on. This is when you could speed your game up. We have 99 tiles after the tiles are given out. And the first 33 begin game, second 33 tiles, middle game, end game is the last 33. You can move through the first 33 pretty quickly and even most of the second, depending on what's going on at the table, will slow things up a bit.
1 dot.
Yeah, I got another 7. And now based on what we're looking at, I've run out of discards, which means that when I get in another tile, it's going to give me some good direction. I do have a feeling the 8 is going to be the next one. And I am going to go ahead and ignore this.
2 dot. 1 dot.
Okay, I am not going to keep that. But I really firmly believe that actually I could keep it for 5, 7 bam, 7, 9 dot if I wanted to for a bit. I am going to discard the 8 bam because I really do believe that my strength, just because I got in another 7, is in either 5, 7, 7, 9 or any like numbers. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the 8 bam.
8 bam. 6 dot. East. 3 bam.
Okay, and I'm going to hold the 9 for a little bit so the 1 would start going out, and you could see there's 2 out there. So if somebody is using 1 dots, man, their hand is a lot harder to make now because they went out, right? That's why we get out tiles quickly, early, fresher the better.
1 dot. 4 bam. 2 crack. 2 crack. 4 dot. South.
Just get them out. So now at this point, I could call the South. I have a joker, but I'm not going to call the South because it's too early for me to commit to that hand right now. There are two more Souths in the wall. I don't want to have to do it right now. If nothing develops anywhere else by the time the next South goes out, I'll consider whether I want to lock in at this point, at that point, but I'm going to wait up just a little bit on this one. There's nothing wrong with not committing right away. Beginner players like to grab tiles right away. But I am not going to give up my only joker at this moment, so I'm going to ignore it.
Green. 7.
And here we go. We're going to do the West.
West. 2 bam.
Ignore.
2 crack. 8 crack.
Well, it would have been nice if it was a 5 in another suit like the 7, 5, 7, 7, 9, but it's not. Let's see, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. Nope, I'm not keeping that one.
5 crack. West. 3 dot. So.
Isn't that funny? Well, I mean, it was funny about the 5 set, the 5 crack. That came in a little later. I would have considered keeping that and getting rid of probably the 9 dot. But that's okay because we have one more 7 that came in. So we've got very pretty 7s going with north and south or any like numbers for sure. And we'll see what happens if we end up getting any dragons, whether like numbers line 2 might work. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and discard the 9 dot.
9 dot. Call. 8 dot.
Okay. All right. Here's an example of why it's good to get fresh tiles out early. If I looked at the table and I said, oh no, there's no 9 dots out. I cannot discard that tile. I'm too nervous. Somebody's going to want it. I can't do that. What you would be doing is holding that tile, trying to continue to build your hand. Maybe you would have decided at that point to get out the 9 BMs because you have 2 and you think, oh, they're a little safer because I got 2. And you go around 3 more times around the table and your hand starts to really develop. And now you have nothing left but a 9 dot to discard. And you discard it. And instead of it being a call for an exposure, it ends up being Mah Jongg. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's challenging to explain, but when you get it, let me tell you, when you really get it, you really get it, and it's really powerful. Okay, here we go. Ignore. Right. I know those 9 BMs not going to be playing in my favor. I do see Agata has 9 dots up. We've had, let's see, a west and east, a west. I think that I can wait a little bit more. I mean, I've no guarantee she's playing any like numbers. Okay. But if you hold pairs, there's another little cool strategy for a little bit. I don't like to hold them too long, and I probably wouldn't hold them much more than when we start entering maybe into the middle game, which would be somewhere around 66 tiles or so. What we hope is that if we discard the 9 BM and Agata does need it, that she calls it and puts it up with a joker. And then on my next turn, I could get some joker. That's joker bait. That was coined by Tom Sloper, I believe. Thank you, Tom, for that fun strategy. Okay, so I'm going to just keep just a couple of more turns. And I'm kind of like thinking I better get it out soon. My brain is already saying that.
West. 9 crack. Call. 1
All
crack.
right, so now it's a definite must. Okay, so let's talk about it as soon as I get my tile in. Okay, so we've got two Kongs of 9 cracks. We've got to think about what hands that could be. That could be line 1 of any like numbers. It could be line 2 of any like numbers. It could be line 3 of any like numbers. It could be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the fourth hand down. So it could be any one of the hands in any like numbers, and it could be the fourth hand in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And it can also be Winds and Dragons, hand 3. Do I have a competitor? Does he have a couple of Norths and one South? I've seen that happen a lot. A lot. Yes. Now, Kim said, I would have discarded the flower for the same reason, earlier, harder to call, but I need the flower for line 3 of any like numbers. I was not ready yet to let it go. And it's still early. I'm not too concerned. If somebody gets Mah Jongg at this point, then I would have to say that they have a beautiful hand, and I will say congratulations. But I didn't know if I was going to need that for any like numbers line 3. There's still a lot of dragons to be had. I could potentially get it. So anyway, we're going to do the 9.
9 bam. Red.
Okay, so Agata maybe couldn't call it, or maybe
4 bam.
Couldn't call it yet, or she needed it. I mean, or, well, yeah, one or the other. Either she needs it and can't call it. You get the picture. Okay, ignore.
Joker swap. 8 crack.
Okay, so I am going to do this just to play it safe, because even if she's playing that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 floating pair hand, that would be a very needed tile for that, as well as any like numbers. So we'll go ahead and get that out now.
9 bam. Mah Jongg.
Now, okay. She wasn't ready to call Mah Jongg when I did the first 9 bam. One turn went around and it changed everything for her. She picked either one of her dragons or another joker or something, allowing her to call that 9 bam early, and that's early. So she won. Let's look and see. We had 64 tiles. Only 1/3 of the game had transpired here. She had beautiful tiles. I was hoping I would get those jokers and more 7s, etc., but no. Joe has a 7 there. It looks like he was doing the run line 2 and consecutive run line 2 for Wes. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of mixed up there. But line 2, the one with the singles in between there, could have been flower 3, 4, 5 even. But that's the one, I guess it had most tiles, is what it picks, is the one hand that has the most tiles toward it. But that could have been a couple of hands that Wes could have been playing at that point. But anyway, her hand developed quickly and very nicely. So getting out those tiles early definitely was the right thing to do. I was hoping that since she couldn't call the first 9 bam, she couldn't have called the second 9 bam, but she did. Congratulations, Agata. Job well done. Let's start a new one.
First Charleston.
Okay, so Kim said no dragons. I already have strong 5, 7, 9 hands. Yes, I did, but it was early in the game. I have won line 3 any like numbers with no dragons to begin with. I've won line 2 with none to begin with, and then they came in. So I am going to keep track of as much as I can. I'm just not going to put myself into just one particular hand. the more flexible you can stay, the better off it is. With Agata's 9s up, it made me make a decision about, you know, what I needed to do moving forward, and that's what happens. But flexibility is the key. Okay, so I am going to put my 1s up front because that's my strength. And looking at the left side of the card, I could be playing like numbers with 1s. Then we move over to the middle panel, and because I do see the run forming, I am going to keep that 1 through 5 right now. Then I do see I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 again, and I'll move these over. Now I do like to keep my dragons if I can help it, because they're needed. And I would have loved to gotten some of those in on that last hand that I was doing, but I didn't, but I'm going to keep it now. All right, so if I do this, yes, it's a pretty pass. Let's see if there's anything else I want to get rid of here and not keep to make that a better pass. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I've got a very nice mixed suit. I always look when I look at one, when I'm collecting those, I look to see if I have the 3 suits that work in the right position for line 1B. I find that a tough hand, I do have to say. I like that. I like the 1 through 5 to maybe keep that. Any like numbers? I don't know. Maybe I'll choose to give that up. Maybe make this not as nice a pass. Let's see what happens. Lots of different choices here. All righty, I have a 3 dot now. Kind of would like to keep that because I do have some good low end odds. 1, 3, 5, 5 crack, 3 dot. Not necessarily a hand, but I do know there's the 1, 3, 1, 3, 5 hand in there, which is line, what hand is that? 3, 4, 5, the 6th one down on the left side. Oh, let's see. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here that could happen. I can't keep it all. I have another green. Whoops, let's keep that for that green. I have 5, 7, 9 with the greens. That's the 5th line down, 5th hand, right side. Wow. All right, we got that going. Good, good, good. All right, 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I want to keep that. 5, 7, and 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. I want to keep that. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Wow. I'm kind of feeling like this is what's got to go. I think I've got a good amount here that's going to be more beneficial. So I think we're going to do that. One, 3. Now I've got 1, 3, 3, 5. Line 2 and 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's a whole hand without any gaps right there. We could keep that 5, 7, 9 with the dragons. Of course, we need flowers for that, but it's a pung of flowers, which I like a lot. But we do have pairs to have to make there. That's a little concerning. So let's see what we'll do. 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9. We've got some really good stuff here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I can still keep an eye on the first hand. The hand 1B. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 if I do that. Let's try that. All right. Yay. I don't have to think much. I'll
Second
just
Charleston.
get those out. And yes, of course, I continued. 5, 7, 9 with dragons. We've got 7, 8, 9 with dragons. So what do I do? What do I do now? I would either have to give up something in the 1, 3 area and keep all the 5, 7, 9 options with gap hands. What I mean by that is I'm missing the flowers or not. So let me get a vote. I either keep all of this. If I'm going to actually, well, I know that if I do this, these don't really help me, the 1s and 3s here. I'm going to look at your votes in 1 second. Pass the 5 crack, the 8 bam, and the 9 dot. Okay, now I can keep this 1, 3, and 3, 5. And the 8 bam. I think that's a good choice. I'm going to go with that, Dorothy. I like that. Really? Okay, that's nice right there. Okay, 1, 3, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. And then 5, 7, 9 with the greens. Okay, we're going to do this.
Courtesy pass.
And we're going to do 2. I hope I get some
2
flowers.
dot.
I really do. Okay, so here we go. We'll make sure
Yeah.
we prioritize our discards, of course. 5, 6, 7. Now I'm wishing I had kept that 8. Yeah, now I'm wishing I had kept the 8 for 5 through 9. I don't know. Going to keep that anyway because I'm going to get rid of these tiles first. Okay, so again, I'll do these first
1 dot.
because they were the ones that I ended up with at the end of the Charleston.
2 bam. 9 bam.
Oh, man. That's a toughie. I don't think I would need that anyway because it's a ton for both of those hands. So I am just going to let that go. The only thing it would be a Kong for is for 5 through 9. We're not doing that. I have no jokers. I probably should have. Look at that. Ton of a gun. It's the
9
way the
south,
tiles
8 bam.
go.
South.
And I wish I
4
kept it,
bam.
but I guess no.
2 dot. 3 bam.
Let's see, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 3, 6, 9 with flowers as well. No jokers.
8 crack.
Pam said
2
3,
crack.
6, 9 too. With yes, I've got the consecutive now, the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and the 3, 6, 9 hand with those dragons. All I need is flowers. So I honestly,
1 dot.
let me move these
3
down.
dot.
Because we have to consider the fact if we're not using them, that we're not holding them any longer. Because I never saw more of them, which might mean that somebody else needs them. And if it means somebody else needs them, it means I need to get them out earlier than later.
1 bam. 5 bam.
And there's a 5. I have to plant that in my brain for the 5, 7, 9 possibility with the dragons. And actually we got rid of the 8. So 7, 8, 9, the run one isn't even there anymore. I just realized it. Yeah. I think we have to get rid of, let me see, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Oh my God, I think I want to hold this for a little bit. I think I want to hold that for a little bit. There's 1 bam out. I don't know, I'm just feeling it for right now. Let me just do the 3 crack.
3 crack, 4 dot.
This is, I just realized the 7, 8, 9. We got rid of that 8, so 7, 8, 9.
2 crack, 3
We
dot.
have, you have to make decisions. Okay, there goes 1 flower. Now I'm going to get rid of the 1s.
1 crack, 3 dot. 8 crack, 8 dot.
And I see there are 1s and 4s out, so it does not really matter which one I do.
4 dot, 1 dot.
3A, 4, 3, what about line 3A and 3, 6, 9? Well, we only have 1 suit. Oh, 3A, sorry, 3A, yes, that's the one that Pam had said. Yes, yes, Dorothy. For
6
some
crack,
reason I was thinking 1.
2 crack.
Yes, yes. Okay, and again, they're all out already except for the 3, which we're not getting rid of right now. I want to put that over there so I don't accidentally get rid of it.
North, south. 4 bam, 9 dot.
Oh, that's nice.
1 crack, 2 dot.
Let's put that in order. 3, 6, 9 greens. That's line 3A, 3, 6, 9. We need help with a joker.
5 bam,
There's a second 5 bam. So the 5, 7, 9, we've got 1 more shot at that one to be even viable.
1 bam.
Okay, 2 dot. All right, so we are going to see what comes in. 5, 7, 9 will be it. If we get in a 5 bam, that would be lovely. We have 1 more chance.
2 dot, 7 dot. 4 bam, 5 dot.
Can anybody say where are the jokers?
So, red, Mah Jongg.
Oh my God, Agatha. Agatha's usually not the hot one, but she's the hot one tonight with 4 jokers and playing one of the hands we were thinking about. 3, 4, 5, and the reds. Consecutive run, line 5. Yes, yes, yes. And Joe, consecutive run, line 2. And he was nowhere near ready to, oh my God, he was in poor shape, the poor guy. What about West? East and West, East, West with, oh my goodness. I mean, at least Agatha had a little competition with our hand here. How pretty was that? Very pretty. No jokers. Have to look a little bit closer at singles and pairs next time. Man, good job, Agatha.
First Charleston.
Okay, bye, Rena. Or Raina, I think it's Raina, not Rena. It's Raina. Bye, Raina. Raina had to hop out. Okay, so we've sorted by suit. We've got a pair of flowers, a pair of 1s, a pair of 2s, and that's very pretty right there for a mixed suit run in the making under consecutive run. Very pretty. So what else do we want to keep here? Well, we'll keep our 1 because it's close to that 1, 2 thingy, and we'll keep maybe the 5s. because those are also close to that whole run area. Not that I see a whole lot more right now, but let's see what happens. All right, we've got a 3. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5s. Line number 2B would, whoops, I didn't need to move that, would be 1 flowers, 1s, 2, 3, 4 singles, and 5s. That's definitely a possibility. So we'll do that. And we did get another 5. That's very pretty. And we do have another 1. Wowee. Oh, that's too pretty not to go with it, because this is the making of a beautiful hand. We can call the flower, we can call the 1 bams, we can call the 5 bams. We just need that 4 crack. Yes, yes, yes. I think I'm going to maximize what I get. It's just too pretty. I mean, I could do a blind pass if I really want to hold it for a little bit. I don't know that it would even make any sense to hold it, though. So I'm going to get rid of it. And let's see, 1, 2. We're definitely going to continue, that's for sure. All right, this is going to be interesting, because these are the challenging times if I do get another tile in right now. And I didn't, thank you, breathe a sigh of relief. Back that 2 again. I could hold it now because I can do a blind.
Courtesy pass.
And we will do 2. I don't see any reason to hold that 2 bam.
4 dot.
Okay, so we'll get rid of the 9 and the 6, and then we'll work our way through what the freshest tiles are.
4 crack.
There's 1 4 crack. I don't know what it is, and I know that the program does not know what I have in my hand, because this happens in real life as well. This is an example of one of the players getting out of really fresh tile or whatever. I mean, everything's fresh now, but still, this kills me. I need that tile. I need it.
9 dot. East. 5 dot. 8 dot. 6 bam. 9 dot.
All right, now that my tiles came back at the end of Charleston are gone, I will be keeping an eye on and getting out the freshest tiles on the board.
North. 8 bam.
And it looks like they are all fresh. I like to do my wins early.
South.
I always do. That's the reason why I like to do my wins early, because they are very needed and used, and that's a popular hand this year. Well, line 1 or line 3 are pretty popular.
9 bam.
Okay, I remember passing the 1 crack out. So if you remember those things, that means you would want to get that out. So I'm going to get it out.
1 crack. 9 bam. West. 1 dot.
Okay, let's see. We'll do the soap. The dual roll tile is more important than some, so we'll do that one first.
So 3 dot. Red. West.
And 3 dot is already out. I don't see any 2 cracks, and I don't see any 6 dots. All right, so we'll do that in that order. 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 dot, 1 crack, 4 dot, 6 crack,
Now pivoting from this hand is going to be a little challenging. I must have to say that is true. Actually I want to hold that, I think, for a little bit. So we can pivot, and I'll hold the 3 dot actually, because that would possibly be a good mixed suit run. 1 bam, 2 crack, 3 dot,
1
even though there
dot,
is one
5
out.
dot, 1 crack, Joker swap, green,
And I can hold that for a little bit.
8 dot,
So
ace.
I do have a great pivot hand right now.
8 dot, 5 dot,
Am I going to have some sign of what I need? Look at that. 1, 2, 3. That's the safer hand. Doesn't need any singles.
green,
Shoot.
4 bam, red, flower,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So here is a situation which is great when these things come up. I have a hand that I could pivot to, which does not need any singles. I don't have to rely on calling and exposing those 1s and the 5s and the flower, and then get on call for that 4 crack. This is the smart thing to do. So please give me some thumbs up if you think that I should ignore this right now. There are more flowers in the wall. There will be more opportunities, but I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. Instructor Agnes says ignore. Kim says call. Ignore. I have 2 ignores and 2 calls. 2 ignores and 3 calls. Well, my hubby hasn't chimed in yet. He might be missing in action here. I need a couple more votes. Come on, give me some more votes. Let's see. Ignore. Oh, good. YouTube both came in while we were waiting. Ignore, ignore, and call. And call. Oh my goodness. We've got, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. I'm sorry, 4, 2, 4, 3, and ignore. Oh, we've got 1 more ignore than call. 1 more ignore. And I'm going to say, I kind of feel ignore. So that's 2 more. Jeez. Well, yes, I would need 3 dots, but I could also get jokers.
call, 6 crack,
Okay, so there's a call for the flower. So we're going to ignore here.
west, 8 crack,
And we'll do this.
2 dot, 8 bam, 1 dot, east,
Wow. Now what would you do? So there are 3 more flowers. Joe's not using them. If Agata's not using them, we have a really good chance. Well, we have a great chance if Joe or Wes gets them, they're going to discard them. Now, I kind of feel now that we got 1 more tile in here that I might want to go with that. I really might want to go with that. And just now it's a matter of, can we call something or pick another joker? I'm gonna do it.
3 dot, 4 dot, 3 dot,
Good, I wouldn't have been able to call that 3 dot.
6 bam,
So that makes me feel a whole lot better. And the 2 crack, I have 1 and there's 2 there. Wouldn't it be lovely if someone needed more than 1 of those? And I got some joker bait.
6 dot, east, green, 6 bam,
Because we don't know where this is going to go yet, but 4 bam, 4 bam, 4 bam, fresh tile. Here's a good situation. If you would hold that 4 bam, oh, there's 1 here. It's not so fresh.
4 bam, joker swap, 1 crack, 9 bam, 4 bam. So 6 dot, 4 bam,
Come on, give me a call, please. I mean, really. Okay, here's an 8 bam. 1's out. So it's not fresh, but there's not a lot out. No, there's 2 out. 2 out.
8 bam, 8 dot, 3 bam, 5 dot,
Amazing, amazing. Now, are there any other 3 cracks out? No. So this has to go out now. It has to go out. Literally.
3 crack, 3 dot, 2 dot, red,
All right, north, east, west, east, east. Okay, so Joe's probably playing, there's a lot of east and west out, probably playing north, south with odd numbers rather than line 1. So,
west, 6 dot, 5 dot, 3 crack,
unbelievable. It's like pulling teeth, isn't it? 2 bam. That's also fresh. 29 tiles left. I need to get it out if I'm going to try and make my hand. If I give Mahjong, I give Mahjong, but otherwise it's silly. I would have to just break up my hand right now.
2 bam. So 4 dot, Mah Jongg,
Wow, again, Agatha, 3 hands in a row in the same hand with the dragons that she played before. I cannot believe it. Whoa, unbelievable. With such a pretty hand. And look, nobody had those other 4 cracks. There's 1. Well, where's my 5s? My 5s are 1's here. I had a partner. He was playing 5s. I would have needed that joker there. What about the 1's? Here it is right there. Way down here. 2 jokers way down here. 2 more flowers in the wall. Agatha didn't need the flowers. All the potential there for me to make that hand based on what's in the wall. But after you make the hard decisions, the strategy's done. It's luck. Luck was not on my side. Dang, dang, dang. Okay. Well, there's always another try. Congratulations, Agatha, on a 3rd Mahjong.
first Chelsea,
You are never that hot. Man, never, never, never. Okay, so here we have 2 jokers.
Ooh, was this a T-Rex?
Uh-oh, somebody's unmuted themselves. I gotta find who it is. Right here. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sorry. No multiples. So when I have no multiples, the first thing I do is put it into evens and odds. See which I have more of. Which one looks better? Maybe consecutive, we'll see. All right, so why am I getting so many 5, 7, 9s tonight? Wow. So this is, I do have a lot of 5, 7, 9s and at the same time like numbers. Is there anything I want to keep? I don't know. The 8's kind of popping out at me for 5 through 9 or a run of some sort. I don't like to get rid of that. Again, this is very pretty. If I decide to get rid of this to make it a little bit less good, no matter what I do, it's going to be a run. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to be good. No matter what I do, it's going to be good. This would be a little better. Like that. Or, yeah. I mean, all of it's going to be good. I think I'll keep the high-end odds right now. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is just a hard one. Hard when you have one of everything. And 5 through 9 is coming in right there. Let's see. 3, 6, 9 on the 3B could be a possibility. Or the other side might be. Both of them are good. Okay, I like 5 through 9. I like that run, and that run enables me to do lots of hands. I could do 1B. I could potentially do 2A, 4A, 5A, even 6A, even 7A. So by keeping all of this, I could do lots of hands. Keep the 3 for maybe 3, 6, 9 with the dragons, with the matching or without. I think I'm going to go with this. That's what I like right now. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. Okay, 5 through 9 just got a little stronger. I certainly need the pairs if I were to do line 1B, but I think that, let's see, what else would I want to do? 6, 7, 8. It's a blind pass. I'm going to do a blind pass just to see what comes in. Nothing.
Second Charleston.
Nothing. I'm going to get rid of that. And I hate to pass that, but okay. So let's see. Since we do have the run, we're going to be, excuse me, looking at lots of things in the consecutive run. Like I said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options right now. And we'll do that.
Courtesy pass.
I'm should be nice. Something good could come of this for sure. I'll just do 3 here. Try to get one more fresh tile, one more new tile in.
Flower.
I did. I did. Yay. All right. So, flower. I am certainly not going to call that baby right now and put up 2 jokers. I don't care what. You could pay me $1 million and I'm not going to do it. But I'll take that. Let's see if all those jokers, a quint would have been nice, but with the 2 greens, that would have to be different. And anyway, it's pretty.
9th rack. Flower.
I'm still not calling a flower and putting up jokers. They're going to get sucked up right away. No way yet.
1 dot. So.
Oh, that's very pretty. Very, very pretty. So 369 is a pair up front and a pair at the end. Line 3, 369, line 3A. That hand needs two pairs. Line 5A, that hand needs two pairs up front. I got one, but where I'm strong, it would be 7, 8, 9 in the greens. That would be good. That's also strong. 5 through 9, line 1B needs a pair here and a pair here. So that's the weakest of them. What about Pung Pung Kong Kong? Our easiest hand of all. That would be line number 4A. Let's look at that. Keep the 369 open. And what about 579? That needs two pairs up front too. Okay, so if we keep Pung Pung Kong Kong open, we have a very, very nice hand where we can call everything. So we are definitely got to keep that right there. No doubt about it. We got to keep that. Depending on what comes in, something else could get stronger. But even if I get one flower, I just don't love that option of having to put up the flowers. Not only that, all the hands with the flowers need at least one pair. This is definitely right now the way to go. If anything changes, if I pull in a 7 bam and a flower, by the time I've gotten rid of this 3 bam and 5 bam, then I'll do it. Okay, so Evie said, please announce the hands. I thought I was, but let me do it again. Okay, first hand priority right now, safest hand of all. We're under consecutive run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth hand, consecutive run on the left side, A. We call the left side A, the right side B. Oh my God, Carol said Agatha must be taking lessons. She must be because she's never been this good a player. I'm just saying. Okay, so this hand, I can call everything. It doesn't require any pairs. The other hands we were keeping an eye on until things started coming in to fill this in was consecutive run, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one down, 5A. That one needs a pair of 7 bams, followed by the 8 bam, followed by the 9 bams, and then the greens. I can call everything, literally everything there, except I have to worry about a pair. And putting up jokers with flowers, which I don't like to do. I don't need to worry about anything. The 369 hand, it's line 3 on the left side. The hand is 3A. That one is also nice. Again, I can call everything, but I have to worry about the pair. So I don't even need to call the 6. I could call the 6, but the flowers, I'd have to put jokers up. I mean, I can call anything. So what we are going to do, we're going to do the smart thing. We are playing our Pung Pung Kong Kong as our top priority hand, and we will keep the, let's say we keep the 5. No, let's say we keep the 3, because we would be playing at 7, 8, 9 green for the run. We need the 3 for 369. Let's just keep it. I don't, I don't have much hope with the hand because the other one is so great, but we'll see what happens. Right now, everything is looking pretty. By the way, well, you know what? I just thought of something else. I think we should keep the 5 because I can do 5, 6, 7. No, 5, 6, 7, 8 is much weaker because I'd have to use 2 jokers in the 7. Forget about it. I'm not going to do that. All right, we're going to do this. I have good things Good choices. If somebody doesn't beat me to it, I might make a mahjong. Or do I want to hold 5 through 9? 5 through 9 with the 2 pairs and get rid of the 3. Let's see. I might do that. Geez, I think I'm going to hold the 5 through 9. Okay, I got to make a decision, or we're going to be sitting here all night. I'm going to put you guys to sleep. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Wow. Okay, now there is no question that I am going to be getting rid of the 6 I can call, 7 I can call, 8 I can call. And I am going to be getting rid of, I'm going to keep the 5 just in case I get the 5 and the 7. That could be an option. I'm going to start getting rid of the greens. I'm going to get rid of the greens. The greens, again, for any hand with the greens, I would need to then, unless I do 3 jokers for my flowers. No, wouldn't do that. I'd still have to put up jokers with flowers. My decision is the smartest thing is to dump the greens and keep the run going 5 through 9. And that's it.
Green.
I made a
4
decision.
bam. 3 bam.
Done.
So
Done. Okay.
green, west.
So now it's going to depend what happens,
3 crack.
what comes in
7 dots.
on my next pick. Of course, that's what I would get in now. Of course, that's what I would get in, but now is not the time to be thinking about that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 through 9. Only if I get the 7. So the flower is going. Let's see. Wait a minute. Flower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, even that doesn't make sense. Line 2. I could do line 2, right? 5. I'm way closer the other way. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because 1, 9, no, 1, 9 didn't go out. Look. Hold on. Wait a minute. It doesn't look too bad. Hold on. That doesn't look too bad. Line number 2A. 2A. So if we wanted to keep our pung pung kong kong, it would be 6. I can't keep them both. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the same number both ways, I think. No, it's 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm actually closer here. Whoa. This is really a nice hand right now. I have those singles. I can call the 5, the flower. Now I only have to put up 1 joker. What do you think about this? All right, so this is this one. This we have 3, 6, 9, 12. The other way, which needs a pair, the single, line 1B. I'm not going to do that. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, that wouldn't be the way it would go. It would go 5. It would go 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm 1 further away. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11. I'm 1 further away. Okay, so Agnes, you agree this one is good. Okay. And it's unbelievable how this just changed. I mean, I just can't believe it. Seriously, 6, 7, 8. There we go. There it is. I've got my singles. I have nothing to worry about. We're good to go. 1B. I'm on, right. I'm not doing 1B. I'm doing 2A. 5 flower, 5 single, 6, 7, 8, and 9s. Got it? Yeah. The other one I need a pair and it's too risky, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, here we go. I'll keep the neither one, no matter what I get rid of, it's going to be equally the same. Okay, I'm a little nervous, but okay.
8 bam. 4 crack.
We got it going.
South. 1 bam.
No 9 cracks. Yes, there is a 9 crack, but there are no 6 bams, so we'll do the 6 bam. Or do I want to hold it for one more moment in time? Maybe I'll do that. I think I will.
9 crack. North.
For the
5
6,
crack.
7, 8, 9. I don't know why, but
3 crack.
oh, that's very pretty. Okay.
6 bam. So
Okay. If I don't make this hand, then we just have to say that those bots are just better players, okay? What am I can mahjong on a flower, a 5 bam, or a 9 bam 3 ways. You can't get better than that.
7 dot. West. 7 dot. 5 crack. 6 crack. Call. South.
And there we go. Okay, I'll put it in place for everybody so they can see it nicely. Finally,
Mah Jongg.
1 mahjong. Woo! Don't be shocked, you all. Okay. It's just incredible how things change so quickly with this game. It really is. But let's see what Joe is playing the 2026 section. Oh, I haven't had a chance to do this game at all tonight. And that was line 1 he was doing, but he was far from it. Consecutive run for Agata, line 4. Punk. Oh, she was coming in nice. Pung, pung, kong, kong. She's got a nice hand. And then consecutive line 4 for Wes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Also the pung, pung, kong, kong. Excuse me. That's beautiful as well, but still far away. So finally, yay.
First Charleston.
All right. Bye, you guys. Whoever's leaving early. Hope you have more sticking around, though. All right. Sort by suit. Let's move this down here. Let's go ahead and move our multiples together. Now that we did sort by suit, I've got 6s and 9s. That right away says, look at 3, 6, 9. Oh, goody, goody. So I'm going to keep my 3s and 6s and 9s for sure. What else could 3, 6s and 9s be? It could be a run. So I'm going to keep the 7, 6, 7. Maybe it could become 6, 7, 8, 9. A 2 suit. Pung, pung, kong, kong. In consecutive run, line 4B. You never know. Let's keep the 7. That's also within that 6, 7 range. Why don't we even keep the 5? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why not? All right, good. I'm going to do these. I don't like to get rid of dragons because I don't know if I'm going to need them. That's my pass. We got another 6 for 3, 6, 9 in. And keep those dragons handy right there. That means 3, 6, 9 is really looking pretty. So I'm going to mix it up and I'm doing these now. Nothing else came in. I'm just going to stick with the same 3 going out. I got another 6, 3, 6, 9 in. Yay. See, I'm collecting 3, 6, 9 tiles. I'm not worrying about what I'm playing yet. No, no, no. I'm going to continue, of course.
Second Charleston.
Nothing came in. Just get it out. I got another 3, 6, 9 in. Yay. Who knows? I mean, I could look at singles and pairs because the hand is really close. I don't know. You never know. I've done that and discarded a joker. Crazy, right?
Emergency pass.
All right, 2. 2, 2. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. I have got to look at 3, 6, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9, 9. I am so close to the third singles and pairs hand. Unbelievable. 4 tiles. I need 2 flowers. I need 1 9 dot, and I need a 3 bam. 4. Whoa, beautiful. All right, we're going to see what happens here.
2 dots.
Meantime,
4 bam. Flower.
I have so many options in 3, 6, 9 that I don't want to start thinking too much about what I'm going to play yet until I figure out and
7
run
crack.
out of some discards and
South.
just get in another
1
tile or 2.
So. 5 crack. 4 bam.
I'm just going
5
to
bam.
discard
4 crack.
because I'm keeping those dragons for a little bit because I do know that they're needed in 3, 6, 9. So
2 bam. 4 crack. 5 dot. 6 bam.
okay, there's a 6 bam. Not a big deal. I'm not ready to
2 crack.
even think about making a decision yet.
7 bam. 4 bam. 9 dot.
Either here. I would have liked that
6 crack.
because I would have needed that. Again, I'm not ready to make a decision and call. It's too early.
4 bam. 2 crack.
Not worried about anything.
5 bam.
2 flowers are out. I got a 3 in now. Okay, so now I have to decide, do I want to keep the dragons for any reason? I'm going to say no. I'm going to start dumping, getting rid of or discarding those dragons. And in the meantime, let the 3s and 6s and 9s build up. I do have like numbers, but I have such a mix of 3, 6, 9. I don't want to go to like numbers and then weaken my positions. I'm just going to get rid of the dragons.
Red. 2 bam. 6 dot.
I could look at it. I could look at it. I certainly can take a peek and see. Would I want to call the 6 dot for a 3, 6, 6, 9? It's pretty weak this way. And the other way with the 3s and 6s cracks up front. And I'm talking about hand number 1, A or B. It's still 3, 6, 6, 9. Yeah. It's the first 6 that's going out. It just doesn't feel. Let's see, hold on. 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, even for this hand right here, which is pretty, I have like a lot of hands. This is right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, line 2. This is very pretty. If I call that 6, it could work for a 3, 6, 6, 9 as well as, you know, the line 1, A and B, it could work for as well as line 2. If I had that 6 crack, I'd feel a lot better. Ooh, I don't know that I want to grab it yet. I'm going to let it go just one time here.
7
Hard
crack.
thing to do for beginners, I know.
9 bam.
Without another joker, they're getting out all these fresh tiles. They're getting out these tiles that I want and I am not ready to commit to and take yet. It's so bad, so bad, so bad. I can't
1
call
dot.
it.
Red. 1 dot. 8 bam. 5 bam. 1 crack. 8 dot.
I need one more
4 dot.
tile.
9 bam.
I might be forced into this and I don't want to be, but this is what's happening. I think I'm going to call it. I think I'm having to call it. Not what I want to do. I could use it in that foursome in a few places. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm gonna call it. Son of a gun. Ugh.
Call. So call west.
All right, there's a good thing. See, one was out early. I'm happy I got it out now instead of later.
7 dot. 7 bam.
So now I've got 3 6 bam and 9 bam. I also have the line 2. If I get that 6 crack, so the 9 crack is what is going to go.
9
So it's going to be
Four.
line 1A, it looks like, or 2, line 2, 3 6 9.
south. Call 7 bam.
Okay, we got a joker exchange available there. Yeah, and this is fresh, so it's got to get out anyway.
Green call 1
I
bam.
figured that. We got your number now, Wes. Wes is playing line 2 of Winds and Dragons. Yes, yes, yes. The only hand that has a pung and a kong of dragons together. Yikers.
7
Let's
dot.
grab some jokers, please.
6 bam.
All right, I need a joker to call that for 3 6 6 9, so I can't even do anything with that.
8 crack. 7 bam. 8 crack. Joker swab. 8 bam.
We got rid of that already anyway.
9 crack.
Sad.
8 crack. Flower. 2 crack.
Oh, very nice. Okay, I want to see how many 3s and 6s of cracks and dots are out. So we've got none here, 1 6 crack here, 1 6 dot. And it looks like that's it. So this can be in either position, either here or the other way. So we'll call based on what goes out, we'll make a judgment call. So we are now going to commit to line number 2 of 3 6 9. And here we go.
6 bam. Joker swab. 7 dot. Flower. 8 bam. 1 bam. Flower. 5 dot. Flower.
Mm-hmm.
6 bam. North. Call. Flower.
All right, 7 dot is out 2 times, so we're good with all these tiles now because it's starting to get down. We're at 34 tiles. We're down to the end. Agata, what are you playing? What numbers? And there are no east and west out, which means she is good, more than likely playing line 1. She just collected all of the wins.
7 dot. 1 crack. 5 bam. 8 crack.
I might have a partner in crime. Mm-hmm.
9 dot. 2 dot. 7 crack. 8 dot.
Oh, Agata, may I have your joker, please?
Joker swab.
Thank you so much. We don't know where it's going to go at this point, but good news is
1 bam. 1 dot.
I can mahjong on a 3 crack, a 6 crack, a 3 dot, or a 6 dot. Oh my God, 4 ways.
2 bam. 9 dot. 2 dot. 8 bam. 2 crack. Flower. 9 dot. 5 crack. 5 crack. 5 dot. 1 crack. 3 crack.
Here we go. All right, let's put the hand the way it goes. Line 2. We've got our pairs, so I'm switching them around. I've got the 6 crack there, and for the other pung, I am calling that for mahjong.
Mah Jongg.
Joe is next in line to pick, so Wes must have discarded So Joe got the 3 crack. All right, well, let's just say we could kind of call it a win.
Right.
It was so pretty.
I know.
Good catch. I didn't
Oh
even
my
catch
God.
that.
Okay, you guys are still with me on YouTube. Did you see what I did? I got so excited I thought I won, and I actually didn't win. Joe and I both needed a 3 crack for the win. All right. Well, anyway, it was a fun night. Thank you everybody for coming to Wednesday night skill building. If you're not a subscriber of my YouTube channel, please head over to MahjCon. That's MahjCon.com and subscribe. Click the bell so you get notifications of when I go live and post new content. I've got a lot of good stuff on there. I'm always posting new things. I do have some special live streams scheduled for this year that I haven't posted yet, but they're coming up soon. Also leave me a comment, give me thumbs ups, please. And until I see you again, please be well and practice, practice, practice.